Hello guys, I hope y'all can hear me. Let me just fix my mic up. I should be heard loud and clear. I should be at least. Let me check on Twitch. And in here. And on YouTube something's messed up. Oh no, I can hear this shit. Okay. Okay, I think we are set up. We are set up. We are live and dandy and ready to roll. Give me a hot second here. Okay guys, what's up, what's up? My name is Ado and I'm a game developer. I work right now at Creepy Jar. Previously I worked in Techland and Flying Wild Hog, and I have this development stream here. It is my own private stuff. I only represent myself here. And just to give you a quick intro, this is a part 4 of my series regarding game design and primary action design. The whole aim of this stream and this channel really is to learn things that I don't already know. That sounded condescending as fuck. To learn new things and cover my blind spots, and maybe hopefully you will also, like it and learn with me, right? Because the main idea is that so many tutorials over the internet are showing you the perfect way of implementing something, designing something, etc, etc. And how many times have you had that situation when you were following some tutorial, you're trying out something and it just doesn't work? Then you scroll down for comments and lots of people are saying, hey, this doesn't work for me, and get no reply. Maybe one amazing soul will figure out how to fix it, and if they are super amazing they will post it, but other than that nothing really happens, right? Usually. So the idea here is that I'm going to be real as fuck with you, which means I'm doing everything on the fly. I'm not preparing beforehand. So when I don't know how to do something, I really don't know how to do something, and I'm discovering it live. If something breaks while I'm following some other tutorial or documentation, it breaks and I'm fixing it live, right here. What you get out of it? Exactly that. You can find the ways in which you can fix some of the stuff. You can also kind of learn about how, real game developer approaches learning new shit and fixing shit and debugging all the stuff that doesn't work, and hopefully have fun along the way. Previously I've been having small series about Mover plugin, the new plugin from Epic about Unreal Engine. What the hell am I saying? From Epic about Unreal Engine. Plugin from Unreal Engine from Epic, right? That is supposed to replace character movement component somewhere in the future. I was deep diving on it head first. I also had like a one fat stream about new motion matching animation game sample when I was going through it and learning how to use that. And I had additional fat stream last time, where I also got a little bit into mover plugin and I was messing around with trying to quickly implement directional gravity with mover plugin. It turns out that it didn't really work out because the way you can override the directional gravity didn't take into the account any other axis than up and down. And there are other ways of solving that, but one of my viewers here and personal friend Barabash Hardy asked to see if you could use it in this quick way via blueprints, and it wasn't the case at that moment. For like couple of last weeks I also had another series going on that actually went into covering my blind spots, because I have a lot of them. From day-to-day basis, my day job is as a gameplay programmer, so I'm dealing with C++ code mostly, with data structures, with 3D mathematics, etc, etc. So one of the things that I am not great at, one of many things that I'm not great at, is game design. More specifically, the first step of game design, which is you're pressing a button, something cool happens on screen, and you derive satisfaction from that. Let me tell you, I have full notebooks worth and lots of Google Docs of all the games that I was imagining I could do on my own, and all of them were covering plot lines, progression systems, game design docs with the very specific detail about variables, etc, and enemy design, weapon design, etc, etc. And unfortunately none of them meant jack shit, because when I was sitting down to implement some prototype, it turns out the first gameplay, the first basic primary action of a game, which could be jumping, shooting, putting the card on the table, just was boring as fuck. Which meant that the whole game would be boring as fuck. It doesn't matter what kind of plot or story I had in mind for this game. It doesn't matter what kind of progression system, enemy design, sounds, etc. I had in mind. When the first thing you do in the game, you press a button, it sucks. I don't have any idea how to do it. If that doesn't work, then the whole game doesn't work, right? To paraphrase Jeremy from NoClip Crew YouTube channel, he said it the best when he said, well, learning making games by just doing all those game design docs without sitting down to primary action is kind of like learning how to play the guitar when you're learning about history of guitar makers, of the materials used to create the guitar, physics that are involved in making a sound, but you never actually fucking touch the guitar and learn how to play the right notes. And learning this primary gameplay design, primary action gameplay design, is like playing those notes on guitar and trying out with that. I was inspired by him actually to go on the journey of learning this primary game design thingy, because I suck at it. I truly have no muscle with it. So I formulated a master plan, and this is a part 4 of this live stream. So I already did some things, and I will tell you what I did in a second, but let me unravel my master plan. Here it fucking is, my master plan for game design, about how, you know, one could go about primary action learning. First of all, you need any type of game context. You kinda cannot come up with mechanics in a vacuum, because in a vacuum everything would kinda work out most probably, but you need some goal, right? So 100% I created the game context for my learning of primary action, and that game context is a simple bow and arrow game. And by that I mean player shoots arrows from a bow. But out of the gate I wanted to delete everything that would sway me into the direction of just copying other games, because I don't want to do this. Not because I feel better than anyone else or etc. No, because I just would be copying someone else's homework, not knowing why they did come up with this shit, and not understanding why it works the way it works without working my own muscle. So right out of the gate, even though I have a first-person perspective, because I used first-person shooter template from Unreal in order to train my primary action skill. Even though it is first-person view, it's not a first-person shooter. It's not fast-paced. The goal of this game wouldn't be eliminating every enemy in a level, in a fast-paced action. And it's not going to be movement-based. I love Apex and Titanfall, but I want to concentrate on just shooting the arrow and making something cool with that. And it's also not going to be archery simulation. No real-life archery physics in here. The aim is to be super arcadey, more slower, so movement isn't that important. Kinda like, you know, Resident Evil games, like Resident Evil 4, where you kinda have to aim slowly at the slower enemy, right, or the target. And just like in Donkey Kong Country or Mario, the primary way in which you are changing the state of the world and the primary way in which you can achieve your goal in the game, for example, getting to the end of the level, or Mario 64, getting that star in the level, the primary way you are doing all of this is through jumping and moving around. And I want my arrows that are being shot from a bow also be the primary way in which player can change the world state of a game and accomplish their goal. And another point that I want to achieve is making all of it work in co-op, because playing games with friends is just plain old fun. Also, business-wise, when you add co-op to your game and you're and you are an indie developer, your game might sell better. So, with that defined, my game context, I created 4 phases for my learning in order to structure it a little bit. First phase, the most important one, is the minimum viable product phase, MVP. I cannot move forward into thinking about anyone else without answering a basic fucking question with this bow and arrow game. And this question is it fun to shoot? And I need to answer this question about a couple of things. Is it fun to shoot in the air? I remember playing Apex Legends, starting out just in the shooting range and getting a gun and just shooting in the air, and I already felt, holy shit, it feels fun to shoot in this game. Or playing first Donkey Kong Country, just moving my character around left and right and jumping, it already felt awesome. And that is the equivalent for my bow and arrow game. If shooting in the air doesn't feel awesome and it doesn't have some simple mechanic that is already kind of fun, gives a nice feedback that tickles my brain into having some kind of satisfaction, that I cannot move forward, right? Another point is it fun to shoot at the wall? If I'm not having any satisfaction while shooting at the wall, why bother even moving forward? I need to constantly think about how to make these mechanics feel better, or maybe change the mechanics at all. Change all of the mechanics so I can achieve the satisfaction of just shooting at the wall. Then, is it fun to shoot at the stationary target? And then, is it fun to shoot at moving target? And those targets, of course, and the wall, I need to try from various distances. Sorry, my mic dropped. Microphone check. Let me just also quickly turn on this, and I will get back to you in a second. Yep. And yep. Okay. So, get back to this. Only after I answered positively to all the basic questions of is it fun to just shoot my arrow in the air, at the wall, at the stationary target and at moving target, I will go to the next phase, which is toy making phase. When I imagine my game as a big old toy box, and I will be constantly creating toys and throwing it in that box and playing around with each and every toy and trying to find out if they are fun. The idea here is, if MVP is creating an action figure that I could transform into a cube, then I could make lots of toys with that mechanic, making an action figure that transforms into a car, into a jet, into a gun, into a tank. You see what I'm getting at? Basically making transformer toys. So here, after I have established my MVP game mechanics of shooting, I can create toys that I can interact with. And I'll just be dumping everything. I'll just be throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks, what's fun, what's the idea that I should put in the toy box, what is the idea that I should remove from the toy box. And I will constantly be asking myself a question: do I have enough toys to formulate a sequence? If I have, I will jump into a third phase, sequence making, when I could, just like a kid, take a couple of toys out of my box, put them in order and start acting out some sequence. I could do it in the regular way, just shoot through fucking couple of hoops and that's it. But that would be boring. Why not create a destructible wall and have a flame and a bomb? So I have to shoot my arrow through flame, so it becomes flammable, then attach itself to a bomb and it ignites the detonation mechanism, and then this arrow, flaming arrow with the bomb on itself attached, attaches itself to the destructible wall. 3, 2, 1, boom! The whole wall explodes. That seems way more fun, exploding the wall in that sense, than just challenging you with archery when you just have to shoot through hoops, right? So I will be making those sequences, trying to make sequences from my toys. And to be honest, the lines between the second and the third phase, the toy making and sequence making, will be very blurry. I will be going back and forth between those. But I'll be asking myself constantly question: can I craft the whole scenario? Which means level. That's where I will jump into scenario making phase, and I'll be crafting whole level. If I am able to craft a whole level that feels fun, and I will be testing it on my friends, then great. If I don't have enough, then I'll be getting back, creating a couple of more toys, or maybe taking toys that I already used and rearranging in a cool way, etc, etc. And maybe making another level and another level. And then I'll be asking myself a question: do I have enough to start any kind of pre-production? If the answer would be yes, if I wanted to follow through and I could make a video game, I have a starting point right now, then great! My primary action game design learning series is ending. I trained a little bit my design muscle connected to primary actions, and I can jump onto the next topic. Or maybe I'll be crazy enough and I will decide, yeah, let's start pre-production and put it all live here on Twitch and YouTube. That would be cool too. We'll see how it will happen. So, to cover up what I had done for the last 3 game design oriented streams, I basically been in MVP phase all the time. I managed to make some kind of shooting bow and charging this bow while I'm holding the trigger, or when I'm holding the left mouse button. I managed to have some fun with shooting in the air. Now I am working with shooting at the wall, and I already have my, like I said, charging arrow, my charge shot, my arrow flies away, and I added a couple of sounds to indicate the power of charge, where you hit, when you hit the max charge. I had visual indicator of telling you that you hit the wall, because I have a couple of particles going on in here. And from what I was able to gather, oh no, yeah, and I also had this kind of an accident that I didn't plan on, really. I needed a placeholder to visually show your charge power. My first thought went to, oh, let's implement some HUD or UI thingy. But then I decided, nah, fuck HUD and UI. Let me make all of the things without HUD or UI as much as possible. So I don't even have a crosshair. So I just decided to stick my placeholder charge arrow at the end of my placeholder bow, which is actually a gun, and scale it up. The more I charged my shot. And that inspired me with the idea, hey, if I just move this arrow in such a way that it started pointing towards the center of the screen, I kind of create a makeshift crosshair with this charge arrow. Because I'm kind of rewarding you for your patience. The longer you're charging your shot, the more precise your shot will be, and the more precisely you will be able to tell where you are aiming. I don't know if it is something that will evolve somewhere in the future, or it might be too tiring, etc., but it gave a unique direction here that, the charging shot creates your crosshair, we are rewarding the patience, etc., and the slower ability. Let's stick with it, right? So I'm sticking with it right now. It might prove that, hey, shooting at the stationary target from close distances when I don't need to charge shot as much might be ass, and that's where I will be figuring something else out. But for now, I'm sticking with it. And from the previous stream, my final notes were that I need to do 3 things. First of all, let me show you the actual gameplay a little bit. Here's my beautiful green bow with my gamepad. I'm charging the shot. I have a sound of charging, beep beep, when I reach the max charge, and I'm shooting it. Arrow is orienting itself always towards the center of the screen of camera, right? I added hit marks, particle hit marks, the pink puff, and some small particles like sparks. And I implemented a cool idea within Niagara that when I'm shooting up close at the wall, I have small particles, but if I stayed that small, that would be no good. Let me go back further, because shooting from that distance would mean that only my pink cloud, hit cloud, would be triggering and would be seen. My green sparks would trigger, but they would not be seen. So I quickly implemented in Niagara a module that scales up my particles, spark particles, with the distance from the Niagara system. So it means effectively my particles should stay the same screen percentage regardless of whether I'm close or far from the place I shot at. Which, let me show you here. I can still see my particles. I still receive the feedback for correctly for actually shooting at the wall, not correctly, just for shooting at the wall. Which is cool, because without that scaling up, I wouldn't have as much satisfaction. Right now I have this pink cloud that I shot at something and hit it, and these sparks, which gives me some satisfaction, but I'm not satisfied enough. I still need to implement hit mark, sound. When I'm hitting the wall, I need to trigger some sound. But now, I had a decision to make, I still have. Do I want this sound to be heard even from afar or not? And I decided, I'm deciding right now actually, that I will have two feedbacks, two sound feedbacks with that. One feedback will be when I'm kind of close to the place where my arrow got stuck after I shot it, and it will be a sound of just hitting something. That's it. If I'm far away, I won't hear that sound because I'm far away. The other indicator that I hit something worthwhile will be heard from afar. Kinda like in Overwatch, you have the sound when you killed someone, even if they were far away, and you have also a feedback on your crosshair, right? So when I will be going to stationary targets and moving targets, that's where I'll be adding the hit sound of hitting something of interest. But right now I will be implementing the hit sound for just shooting at the wall. Another thing that I kind of wanted to do, and I might do it first because it might be just super quick and simple, is that, okay, my pink cloud is kind of visible from afar, but even with scaling up those green sparks, they are still not seen enough, and it is all because they are kind of translucent. I need to make them solid. And as an additional thing, I will try to add collision module to these sparks. So I will have not only the satisfaction of hitting something, getting those sparks more visible, but I will see that they are flying from a wall towards the ground and bouncing off on the ground just for a couple of seconds, right? Or maybe even a second or whatever, but it will still feel cool. I hope. I might walk back from that decision. And the other thing that I also needed to do is, I have a bug right now, but I will get to that later. I will get to that later. So, let's get to business of where the hell do I have this material? Ah, yeah. Material hit spark particle. It's here. You see in this preview, it is translucent. So, depending on the color of the surface and depending on the color of the particle, you might not see it very well. So let's change the blend mode of it to opaque, which means right now it's not translucent at all. And let's save it. And let me see if I didn't make a bad mistake. Yep, I'd make a bad mistake. You should never use the material themselves. Anywhere, you should use material instances. I created my material instance. It doesn't override anything. I just need it for eventual changes, and let me plug it in here. Yeah. Now my sparks should be way more visible from afar. Let's look at that. Oh yeah, now the particles with scaling up will be very well seen from afar. Actually, right now, they are way more visible than the pink cloud. So I might have overdid it. Or maybe not. Maybe the pink cloud is not necessary. Yeah, I don't see pink cloud at all right now. There is pink cloud, but god damn. Maybe I should use the same material for my pink cloud. Let's see what happens if I do this. Then the pink cloud stops becoming a cloud. So maybe not. Maybe my scaling is too much because I'm scaling. Ah, yeah, I forgot to mention. Every blueprint that I create here, or module or material, ain't shippable at all. These are prototypes of prototypes, just meant for learning experience with design, not with perfect shippable blueprint making. Although if I will hit the spot of making a pre-production out of this shit, I will start making this shippable blueprints and code, etc, etc. Yeah. Okay, so now let me get to my scaling. It's 2020. Let's maybe make it 1010. Or maybe I should have left it as translucent and think of some other idea to make it more visible from far. It seems like this scale might be too much. Yeah. This scale is way too freaking much. Maybe let's make it 3. Actually, I could just do this and this. Let's do this. Let's see if this shit is working. It still seems way too freaking much. Like, maybe, what about just 1? One is not enough. How about 2? 1, 2, 3 into the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg is Dr. Dre. Blah blah blah. What the freaking fuck happened? Did it stop working because I just did that? Really? Okay. I think I messed up something. Or maybe not. 10. Let's make it 10 as well. Let's see. Yeah, from what I'm finding out right now, when you're just trying to find a good feedback for this shit, there's a lot of typing in numbers and seeing it work. So my module used to work, now it doesn't. I think I know why, because I saved the module. I didn't save and compile the effect. No. It just straight up stopped working the way it did. That is awesome. Oh. Something that worked doesn't work anymore. And who do I have to blame? Only myself, because I decided to play around with this shit. Compile, save, compile, save. Yeah, now play. And Barabash Hardy says blame Barabash. Of course I blame Barabash. I also you Barabash. It's nice to have you here. What are you doing right now? You're killing me. I think I have a cough only because of your jokes. Barabash Hardy said that he's not shitting, not yet. Okay. Good to know, Barabash, good to know. So you're eating, that's what you call reloading, right? What are you eating? Right now I'm eating my own tears, because when I do 20 it works perfectly. 20 scale, but when I do 10, when I want to make it smaller, it doesn't work that great. Barabash Hardy eats some stuff from coloring. Oh. Okay, that's good. Good. Let me see if just making it a 10 scale will be the same, or should I maybe just abandon this pursuit of its sparks? Actually. Yeah. I don't know what was going on before. Maybe I just didn't save it properly, or saved module didn't compile the Niagara system. It should work on its own, but okay. It works right now. But I'm thinking turning off the translucency might have been a bad idea. Because right now it is so way more visible than the puff of smoke that the puff of smoke might as well not be there. But the puff of smoke, of pink smoke, is kinda cool too. So let me change into additive. So it will become translucent once again. And let's turn it into 20 scale. Compile, save. Okay. Yep. So what happened was I was trying to achieve more satisfaction with the particles after shooting. It turns out to be a wrong route, because yes, it made it more visible. But my feelings while playing it was like, yeah, I see green sparks, and that's it. Because the pink cloud was, green sparks were super visible, pink cloud was not visible. And because of that, actually, my satisfaction, I don't know, I felt like it was diminished in some way. Okay, so enough with the pursuit of particles. Let's implement the hit sound from a close to mid distance. I want to make it sound really shitty. And by that I just want to make it sound kinda like it was, you know, coming from NES or something. So quickly let me create the meta sound for this stuff. Audio, meta sound source, MS. Projectile hit sound. Let's call it that. Perfect song for what I'm doing. I'm making a shitty sound and I have the song called Jestem w dupie, which would translate in English to I'm in the ass. Interpret it however you want. O nie, znowu jestem w dupie. Na 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 na. Okay. I had a million jokes about that, but I really want to focus on game development, not on shitty jokes. Okay, no pun intended. So, first of all, let me see. Some noise generator would be nice. Have you maybe planned to add an effect to the crosshair for the arrow hits? Barabash Hardy asks. Yes, I've talked about it like 20 minutes ago or something. That's something that I might be considering for hitting a target of interest. So stationary target or moving target, but not just shooting at the wall, right? So I 100% will think of something, but I don't even want to implement crosshair yet, because I don't know what kind of crosshair do I need for close distance. I kinda like the idea right now that while I'm charging, my aim is getting better. And my arrow is kinda becoming my crosshair. But for short distance shooting at the target, I 100% people don't realize, see that I will need some kind of crosshair. But I don't want this to be just crosshair, at least not yet. So yes, I have been thinking about that stuff. And probably will eventually, I'll probably try out like 6 different stupid ideas for a crosshair and decide, okay, I understand now why the crosshair is just a crosshair and no one really messes with that. But at least I would know that there are no other ways to explore that shit. Which actually is not true, because Helldivers 2 did explore this shit and they created a new something that I will resist the urge to copy. Okay. Let me sit down for this meta sound stuff. Yes, you know what the best part of using your own music as a background beats for stream is? They shouldn't be able to copyright strike me, because I made those beats. So they should fuck off. Okay. So I have some noise. I want to have my AD envelope. I think I was talking about AD envelopes some time ago, but I will talk about it again. Barabash Hardy says, just in case you can copyright strike yourself. Yeah, and I will sue myself, and then I will go to court and represent both sides of equation. Then I will get thrown to jail for making a joke out of the court. Sounds like a plan. Then I could make, you know, some streams from there. Okay. I quickly will do something and then I will explain what I did. Barabash Hardy, add the attorney. Yeah, almost, but not really. My brother is. Okay, audio here. This here, trigger here, undone here. Okay, so Barabash Hardy has idea for a new game. Write it down, man, write it down. And of course send it here in chat. The music changed to something else and I'm still singing Jestem w dupie. I'm in the ass, okay. So what is the AD envelope that I'm using here and what I'm really doing here right now? I don't want this sound to just blast at you with clipping and all that stuff. I want it to quickly, I want it to quickly rise in volume and then a little bit slower. I want to make this volume fall down, and you do it via so-called AD envelope. A comes from attack, D comes from decay, as we can see there. Decay. I don't know how to write. And if the x-axis here is time and the y-axis here is volume, this envelope basically steers this kind of thing. This is the attack period. This is the decay period, which this is the time in which the volume goes from 0 to 100%. And this is the time, decay time, that it takes to go from 100% to 0. And that's what I'm using here to not blast your fucking ears off with just a burst of noise. So attack time will be super short, 0.01 second. Decay time is a little bit shorter, 1 second. And I'm gonna make it stay here. So what happens right now if I hit play? I have this short burst of noise that sounds kind of like ocean or something like this. It wouldn't be a good hit mark really, because it's too long. So I will shorter it to maybe this. Maybe even shorter. Now it sounds perfectly shitty, but I want to make it even shittier. I wonder if there is bit crusher. Yes, bit crusher. It is the effect that basically crushes the bit of the audio, making it sound more lo-fi or shittier. Which means it goes down with sample rate from the regular 44k hertz to, for example, 8000 hertz, and from 16 bit of depth to just 2. And that's the audio that we will use. Now it sounds like a good fart. I overdid it. It sounds kinda like I want it right now. Okay. So we got our shitty hit sound. Okay, let's read the Barabash Hardy idea for the game. That was the idea. Ado Attorney, graphic novel about coder rapper becoming an attorney who sues himself. Okay. It would be the visual novel. And a commentary about about justice system in general. Yeah, I could see this. And it would be silly as fuck. What would be the theme song, Barabash? Would it be Ados Pragi that you generated in AI? Okay, let's hook up this sound to my projectile right now. I wonder if I will even hear it. Yeah, that thing is not needed at this time. Spawn system and location. I also wanna play sound at location. And this will become a hit sound. That's it. Just hit sound. Hit location is just this. Do I have any other properties here? Not really. Volume multiplier, attenuation settings. That's something that I want to use. Attenuation settings. And Barabash Hardy also says that it also would be a game about the whole copyright system, which is shit. Yeah, I agree, it is shit. A good game about this could be cool. Barabash Hardy, yeah, Ada z Pragi, Jestem w dupie, and lots of other great songs. And this game should be, you know, released with no copyrights, just for free, do whatever the fuck you want with it. Or go by, you know, the other way around and release it, charge like $200 for it, and everyone who streams it, you know, gets a copyright strike, to be a totally bitch about it. Okay. I want to add owning actor to this also. This might get needed. Or maybe, no, I don't want to have an owning actor. You're right, Barabbas, that's where it should be distributed. I want to use some concurrency settings. Not concurrency settings, sorry, attenuation settings. Attenuation basically dictates the filtering of distance, which means if you are super close to the sound source, it should sound loud. If you are far away, it should sound not as much. You shouldn't hear it as much. But super far away, you shouldn't hear it at all. And that's what attenuation settings are. So let me quickly create the attenuation settings for cosmetics, projectiles here. Audio, sound attenuation, hit mark. And that's exactly it. I want this to be quite hearable at the distance of 1 meters, 10 meters, 20 meters. And fall of distance, yeah, 36 meters sounds okay. Yeah, I'm not doing reverb settings right now, so I don't care. Let's hook it up also to my attenuation settings. I should promote it to variable. It sound attenuation settings. And that way I should achieve, you know, not hearing this sound from afar. I shouldn't be able to hear the hit sound. I only should be able to hear it super close. You know, it is funny, my shooting weapon sound right now is way louder than whatever the fuck I did produce here. I just don't hear it at all. And I'm wondering why. Let me put 100 volume multiplier on this volume. You might hear a fucked up sound in a second. Let's see this. No, you don't hear nothing. That is interesting. I'm playing sound on the location. Of course I'm not hearing any fucking sound because I didn't choose any fucking sound. How dumb can one person be? Let's see. Just watch the stream and we will see how far this stupid rabbit hole we will go. Okay, let's go with this flow. Let's choose the sound that I produced. Actually, I don't like the way this it doesn't seem too loud. But, yeah. Sure. Let's what I was doing? Yeah, I was doing this. Choosing my hit sound. Why? Don't you hook yourself up? Yes. Okay, let's see if I'll be able to hear it right now. Barely able to hear it. Let me boost the sound up. It might be too loud, guys. Sorry in advance. Maybe my inner radius distance for attenuation is way too long. But actually, finally when the sound arrived here and I can hear it, it sounds cool because it sounds like it is the sound of these sparks. It is a shitty placeholder, but it tickles my brain already. But still, I have one problem with it. The shooting sound has such characteristic that unless you listen for it, you don't really hear this sound. It features this two similar characteristics. Let me see, maybe I don't need to produce my own sound. Maybe there will be something that I could use here. Let me find something. Audio. Give me a sec. Okay. Everything is okay, guys. Sound wave. That's not something that I want to have. Explosion. What do you guys think about explosion sound as a placeholder for just hitting the wall? Yeah. Okay, but these are my only sounds. At least it will be way more. But make it super loud? No. It would kill y'all. But I want to try out if the characteristic of explosion, how they would mesh with the sound of just shooting this weapon. So yeah, let's use this, let's use this and see if it will help a little bit. It is way better. I'm keeping it. I'm fucking keeping it. For the next stream, I think I should, next week on Tuesday, this is the thing that I should prepare. I don't want to prepare shit for streams because I want to show you the real way of doing it, but I should download probably beforehand. I should just download some sound pack, some free sound pack, so I would be able to choose from. It actually, it's cool because it's like a small explosion. But what I will use as a confirmations out of hitting valuable target? If I already have the explosion. Shit. I don't know. But yeah, I want to download some sound samples. I will post a link here for those free to use royalty-free samples. So, you know, you will know how to get these sounds. And that's where I might have more sounds to choose from rather than just try my hand at sound design here instead of game design in here, right? Yeah, from that distance I don't want this to be. The closer I get, the stronger it should become. Okay, so with the list that I had, I made hit mark sound. I tried my hand at see-through particles, turning them, making them opaque, but that was a bad turn. So now let's go back to the bug of our charge arrow not constantly updating its orientation towards the center of the screen, because right now if we are moving around and we started charging beforehand, our arrow will be slightly off. Which you might think that, okay, it might be actually quite cool for a slower paced game, that when you are moving, you are losing a little bit of aim here, right? But the thing I have right now is that after you stop moving, it doesn't correct itself. So for now I'm totally fine with not punishing the player for movement. That's something that might come in handy with sequence making, but not now. Right now we are thinking of ways to make this whole shit feel fun for player, not punish them for playing. So where are we? Bow component. We are... What the fuck is this? This is where we are calculating look at rotation for charge mesh. We should make a function. Get charge arrow. Get charge arrow aim rotation. And what it should give out relative rotation. What it should give out is the final rotation that should be hooked up here. So let's get here. Let's first of all make it a pure function, which will be the green node in blueprint instead of blue. Let's add some output here. This output will be relative rotation. What the hell? Rotation. Rotator. That's what I wanted. And this will be relative rotation param. Of course. Now let me quickly unhook that shit up. And let's see if I messed up just by doing this. History says that yes, when I'm trying to do this kind of shit, I'm messing up. Perfect song for something that will not work probably in a second. Let's see if my function works. Let's be prepared for a fail. It works actually. With these sounds, it looks like, it feels like I'm not shooting arrows, I'm shooting rocket arrows from the bow. Which is a cool idea. Oh yeah, you are having a bow and you're shooting a regular wooden arrow? Nah, this is a tiny rocket arrow. It seems silly enough. Yep. Okay, so that worked here, but I need to update this shit all the freaking time. What the hell? Okay, let's see how this will work out. Will it be constantly? Yep, it's constantly. Doesn't matter how I moved, it's constant. It created a crosshair, basically. The tip of my arrow creates a crosshair. We are free of the bug. Okay. Let's make a little bit soul searching. Is it satisfying enough for shooting at the wall in my master plan? Oh my god, it exploded. In my left ear. In my right ear. Left ear. It actually does feel satisfying. The sound makes it so. And the fact that these are sparks with this particular sound, I do feel satisfied. Yep, I do feel quite alright with this shit. I do feel quite alright. Okay, so I think I can checkmark it. I feel fun shooting in the air. I feel satisfied with shooting at the wall. Now let's create a stationary target. And to make this shooting work, let's make the shooting work as fun with stationary target as with just shooting at the wall. So I need a target. So let me get to blueprints. Why did I create a new folder? I don't need new folder right now. I just need blueprint class. It will be actor and it will be called BP. Target. It will be called BP stationary target. Yep. Hi, Sion. Hi. Sion asks, hi, what's Barabash? Barabash Hardy is on Twitch and he is asking some questions, hard-hitting questions, and also giving himself hard-hitting answers. And if you're asking what kind of creature is Barabash, Well, he should deliver the answer himself. Barabash Hardy says, harder hitting questions. Ah! I had to drink. Actually, harder hitting questions should be the tagline of this other attorney game. Other attorney, harder hitting questions. That's how it should be. Barabash Hardy answers your question, Sian. And the answer to your question, hi, what's Barabash? He says, the creature of cringe. What is your, how is it called? D&D evil, good, lawful, chaotic structure. What's the creature of cringe natural state of being? Are you lawful, evil, chaotic, good? What's going on? Or are you, do you not belong to such frame of reference? Maybe it's not encapsulating the actual experience of being. Barabash Hardy answered, chaotic stupid. Why am I laughing? Because I am stupid as well. Just like we established last stream with Barabash and Diabolitek, we are all stupid, so we are never truly alone. Yay! Okay. Now, my target, stationary target, what the fuck should I do with it? Barabash Hardy says, we are all gwomp. Aren't we all? Aren't we all? What should I do with my stationary target? It's just supposed to be for testing if it feels fine to shoot at. So I decided that it should be cube. Just a cube. It will have some material that might prove useful later. And right now the task at hand is to make shooting feel so fine that whether I'm shooting at my stationary target from a close distance, middle distance and far distance, I should feel satisfaction. Not only from just shooting, but aiming at that shit. Does my cube need some elements? It should react to being shot, right? So I will implement the cube, changing the color the moment it is being shot by my projectile. Let's see if it will be enough to give me a feedback of shooting at something. There's also the idea of, hey, when I shot at something warfly, I should have a sound cue for that, specific sound cue for that. It should be heard in 2D space even when I'm far from it. Yeah, let's just do this and then let's see why the shooting is not fun at close distance. That's what I'm thinking will happen. And that's where I will be having the hard time resisting the urge not to copy what Helldivers 2 did, with shooting without aiming. Oh, it will be painful to just resist this urge. But yeah, let's just do this. Let's create cosmetics, pose projectiles, targets, material, stationary target. And what we want to do here, we want to have some color parameter, convert to parameter. Thank you, Unreal. I just wanted to change the name of this fucking shit, not delete it. Parameter, target, color. Should the target be emissive? I feel like it shouldn't. The stationary shouldn't. So let's just hook it up to base color. Maybe let's make it metallic. It will be cool. What the fuck happened? Zero roughness. Ah, yeah. Right now it is so reflective, so maybe we should have some bit of roughness. Maybe a little less so. I want this... Yes, I want this to feel like this. Let's change default color to like... I don't know, orange. And that's really what I want from here. Because I will be changing this color from parameter. Let's create material instance. Why? Why the naming convention is like this by default? Now this parameter should be savable. Yep. Great. Let's use it on my BP stationary target. On event begin play, let's use my material instance and we will create a dynamic instance. Okay, so right now our stupid cube is looking like this. Great. And oh, of course. Yeah, it doesn't simulate physics. It shouldn't fly away at all. And it's blocking all the dynamic. Great, 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 great. So right now, why do I still have this fucking cough? I had COVID like a month ago. Why the fuck? Stupid COVID. And I want to make it static, right? Yeah, and this is also static as well, and this is static. That's great. Now, on begin play. But do I need it to change it on begin play? Let me remind myself of something. Chris Boss, hello! And Chris Boss is saying bara bara bash. Bara bara bash. Bara bara bash. I should make a beat like this. Bara bara bash. 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 Yeah, that's what I should do. But not now. But thank you, Chris Boss, for inspiration. Now I want to change, see if set parameter no, it was, oh my god, how did you freaking do this? Set scalar. Set scalar parameter. How the fuck did I call this? Target color. And it takes... What is this actually? I kind of forgot already. Ah, it also takes alpha. Okay, okay. Okay. Chris Boss says, hi, hello. And Barabash Harde says on Twitch, record this and make it a hit sound for arrow. Barabash? You mean this should be a hit sound for arrow? This should be a dying sound of an enemy, I think. It will be a sound of hitting the moving target. I will do this. If I won't remember to do this, please remind me on stream that I should do Barabash as a hit sound. It will kind of imitate the enemy dying sound. Let me just quickly check something. Ah, yes. Okay, I kinda fucked up. Yes, we need to create a dynamic parameter. So, create dynamic material instance. I mean dynamic material instance, not parameter. What the fuck am I talking about? And the source material should be my, actually, get material. I only have one material index, so it doesn't matter. I don't need tick. Which reminds me, start with tick enabled. No, I don't want to have a tick at all. So fuck off. Yep, and this promote to variable. Target dynamic material. And right now I will. Yes, Aeon Chris is here. All of the Karakan gang is here. I'm really happy. Create event. Create event. Nope. That's not the note I wanted. Create custom. Custom event. Add. Oh my god. On target hit. Call that shit. And when this target is being hit, firstly is valid. Let's check if our dynamic material instance is valid. Then let's set parameter. Set runtime, blah blah blah. Set scalar parameter, blah blah blah. Set vector parameter. That's what I should have here. Blah, 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 blah. Set vector parameter value. Yay! If it is valid, and we want to have some random color in here. And of course, the name of this shit is absolutely not this. It's target color. Yeah. Target color. Okay. There is random color already. Nope. So random vector. Because it takes linear color structure, so we will get random. Yep, I can have this random unit vector because the value of color, make color is between 0 and 1 from what I remember. Yep, so this will work, and alpha will always be 1, so split this shit. So each time I hit this motherfucker, it should change my target color. Right now, to make sure that when I hit it, it will change the color, I need to also tell it to change the color. So after all this shit's been done, actually I can implement, first of all, let me delete this comment, it's not necessary. This is not needed. Let me implement a sequence because I want to do a sequence of things. Thank you. Let's hit it here. First, let's play all of our cosmetic shit. Let's comment it. Cosmetic VFX and SFX. I hate this color, so this. And here we will cast our other actor. Cast to BP stationary target. And if it is a stationary target, we will call on target hit. And now our projectiles should be doing what they're supposed to. But first, let's place our stationary target here. in the air. And let's see if why after a couple of shots it's all black. It's not working. But I'm wondering if and the second shot it just turns it into black. And then orange. Ah, because I'm not shooting at the target. My arrow hits another arrow. That is awesome. Okay. So after my arrow hits and attaches to the target, I should turn off the collision so I won't be hitting it again. So how about now collision component set, collision enabled, no collision, of course, and let's go here. And it doesn't turn off the collision. And I don't know why. Does this shit has collision? My meshes had collision. No, I don't want them to have collision. No collision. Bad collision. Yep, each shot changes my stationary target color, which confirms that I hit my stationary target. Now, let's see if I will have fun. I know I will have fun just charging from afar and shooting from afar. Yeah, it seems like a regular old shooting. Now I overshot it. I'll be honest, I'm not having fun shooting this right now, even from a far distance. So now we have a reality check, a little bit. Shooting from such distance doesn't feel as great. Let me try with the controller. It will probably be even shittier. Oh my god! With controller it is unmanageable. Woo! Man, the sensitivity on this bitch is so strong. Okay, so what happens right now? Actually, it is an inverse of what I've been thinking will happen. I was thinking that because I have this charge shot that kinda creates my crosser, I will have fun shooting from afar, but shooting from distance, because I don't have crosser and I have the charge shot, it won't feel fun. It's vice versa. Shooting from a distance, closer distance, at this guy, feels fine. Perfect song from this. Jestem w dupie. O nie, znowu jestem w dupie. Is not fun at all. That's why I'm doing those streams and learning game design. Because it just doesn't feel fun shooting at stationary target. So I didn't win the lottery. Yay! What you do with this? On mid distance it's okay, but far distance it feels super shitty. I basically cannot touch my thumbstick. But with mouse and keyboard, basically all of it feels too wobbly, and I do miss a simple crosshair. Because right now I'm aiming at the corner of this box. I'm trying to aim at the corner of this box. It sorta works. But it is kinda annoying to aim in that way. O nie, znowu jestem w dupie. Jestem w dupie. O nie, znowu jestem w dupie. Okay, it's the direct inverse of what I was hoping for. For some reason, after 100th shot, the charge shot loop stops. Okay. So I found another bug that I don't know why it exists. Yeah, so I thought I would have to implement some mechanics for short-range shooting. It turns out I need to implement way more stuff for long-range shooting. Because even without crosshair, shooting at the target of this size, feels completely fine. I can easily aim at it even without, you know, any of controller help, aim assist, etc. I still can easily aim at it. Ain't a problem. Maybe a little problem, which, you know, aim assist would help with. Yeah, on middle distance it actually makes sense, this charge shot, but goddamn, on the long distance, man, I thought I would be okay with this shit on the long distance, and I'm completely not. Ah! I'm dying, man, I'm dying. Aren't we all? Okay. Let me try far distance once again. Let me play around with it a little bit more so I could maybe deduce what might be needed in order to better aim at shit. We need a motherfucking crosshair in here. We just need a crosshair. I was hoping to avoid that. No! For some organic aiming. But I still like the idea that for shooting long range and charging your weapon, the longer you charge, the more accurate you become. So the crosshair becomes more visible. And maybe some additional like help with shooting should show up, like some trajectory or something. Yeah. And to think of that, I need a small break of eating my Prince Polo, which once again I haven't put in refrigerator, which means I'm a dumbass. It will once again be all sticky and gross. Yeah, boy. Just like Mama Toad. God damn. What's going on with this? So how are you guys doing? I'm taking a small break. For eating this Prince Polo. What could I do here? Let's get creative. And let's think about it analytically. I like the idea that the longer you hold your charge shot, more steady your aim becomes. You are rewarded with better accuracy. Both with my charge shot arrow and with the crosshair that I need to implement right now. Or maybe I don't need to. Now I need to. I had an idea, I will tell you in a second. I just need to throw this stuff away and clean my hands. Oh my god. I'll be back in a second. I'm back. I am back. So, what I was thinking about, that maybe I should implement so auto aim, and the longer you charge, the more it, sticks to the target and orients your view towards the target. But then there is a problem. Obvious problem with prioritization of targets. If I would have like 6 targets, if it is the same kind of target, the same kind of enemy, then yeah, the idea is simple. Just select the one that is the closest to the crosshair onto the plane of a screen, right? But what if these are like 3 different targets? One is enemy, one is an object that you need to shoot at in order to finish the level, and the third one is explodable barrel. Do you need to implement like some prioritization system so you're always being rewarded with the most higher priority target? But if I wanted to shoot at the barrel to explode everything, this auto aim idea would basically destroy a whole fun of gameplay. There is also the idea of bullet magnetism. But for that, you need to have a crosshair. Which means when you are shooting from afar at some object, which should reward you a little bit and help you a little bit. Even if your aim is a little bit offset, and you wouldn't really hit this target with the regular hit scan, you should still kinda hit it. Or with your projectile, you should kinda start making it an ohmic projectile, if your crosshair wasn't too far from your target. But I don't like this idea, I'll be honest. And right now I'm thinking of maybe the longer you press your charge button, the more you lock on to target, and then just by using your thumbstick or mouse, you can switch between targets in order to shoot at them. Yeah, I'm not liking this idea either. This is the hard part. All the previous streams were kinda easy because yeah, shooting in the air, easy to figure out how to make it fun. Shooting at the wall, yeah, easy to figure out how to make it fun. Now, shooting at target, holy shit. It didn't work out how I wanted it to. And now I have to think of something. What could we do? Right now, shooting from the close range feels completely fine, even without crosshair. Even without crosshair, shooting from close range and even middle range. In close range feels fine. In middle range, the charging and the arrow helps a lot. But the long range just straight up sucks ass. We'll just implementing the crosshair solve this, but I kinda wanted something more. But yeah, I guess I will have to implement crosshair right now. Okay. and some crosshair system. What I'm thinking right now is that the longer you press, the more visible some kind of lines are becoming, and when you have the full charge, that's where all those lines are forming a cross for aiming. So that way we still have fun in the close distance, because our projectile is super huge, and on the middle distance our charging arrow kinda helps us, but on the long distance we need to learn the trajectory, and the crosshair will help us. We'll see. But with that we kinda have to go into whole UI, widgets and other stuff, which I don't feel great at. But you know, we will manage, we will manage. We will 100% manage. Yeah, so let's do the not so sexy thing. Let's start adding widgets to our game. Folder, UI, I hate it. Okay, whatever. It won't be that bad. Let's call this just a user widget. WBP player HUD. Yeah, and we should add something to here. What should we add here? Image. Do I want to add image or something else? Let's add canvas panel maybe. So I'm not great with widgets, I'll be honest you guys, but you know, whatever. We have some canvas. Can I hack it somehow? How about maybe there's something from synth? No. Categorized, user created, animation sample UI. Circular trubber. That's interesting. It is a circle already. Okay, but maybe let's just stick some image here. And let's anchor it in the center. 0, 0. Yeah, size can be like 20, 20, whatever. And alignment should be half and half, so we make sure that it is in the center of the screen. Now, sorry for that. Where's my gamepad? Here's my gamepad. So now we have a lot of shit turned on here. Let's start. Yeah, sure, whatever. I don't need this. Start board charge. I don't need this. Charge arrow. Sure. I don't need this as well. I don't need this. That's all I need right now. And this I don't need as well. So I need to grab my player, who is, from what I remember, BP first person character. Thank you. And I need to find the begin play. Event begin play, and that's where I will create widget. Oh, I could actually do it in first person code controller. Add mapping context, and the next thing would be create widget. WBP player HUD, what I did, self, and then add to viewport. Basically, you shouldn't add HUD that way. You should use common widgets and that kind of system from Lyra or whatever, but this isn't shippable, so I just want to have my goddamn crosshair. Right now I have a crosshair. Let's see if it... Is it in the center? Is my crosshair off screen a little bit, or am I crazy? What the hell? Or am I just shooting not correctly towards the center of the screen? I might not be shooting towards the center of the screen, and to test this theory, what we will do in our pickup, in our bow component, we'll just create a simple trace from the center of the camera towards where camera is aiming. So yeah, let's get to it. Let's just take this portion and maybe let's just create a new function. We'll call it debug aim trace, whatever. Let's change it to float. And with that, we will debug line. We will just do a debug line from camera location, which is our face, towards where we possibly are aiming, and let's see if it will be correct. Duration 10 seconds, thickness 3, and let's add a point at the end. So we could also draw point, debug draw point. We could also see if we are aiming correctly, or do I before I even start doing anything, I should make some corrections in the way it is all calculated. Let's see that. No, I want this to be also 10 seconds. Okay, we have debug aim trace, and when the shoot happens, after everything is all and done, I'm pressing play. Let me get weapon. I think it was correct. Yeah, our crosshair is perfectly aligned, from what I can tell. Although, yeah, it's not a hit scan, so I don't know. Instead of having this, I could just do a line trace. No, just line trace. And we by channel. Visibility. Start is exactly that. The end is exactly that. Let's cancel this shit out. Let's hook it up. What I'm trying to see is if my aiming from camera is messed up and if my crosshair is correctly placed. If they are correctly placed, I need to correct the way that the arrow is being shot, because right now I cannot aim with crosshair for shit. Which doesn't feel nice, right? Draw debug for duration. 10 seconds. Actors to ignore, of course. Self. You should ignore yourself. Make array. Blah blah. Get owner. Or no, yes, get owner. Ignore player. I already have ignore self. Okay, so it should work out, and that's basically it. Yep, it is perfectly. Yep, the aim is perfect. Yep, the crosshair is perfectly positioned. Towards where I'm aiming. I can even make it smaller right now. I don't know, maybe like 5 by 5. Yeah. Where the hell is my weapon? There it is. Yep. It shoots exactly where I want it to when it comes to trace. But my projectile is off. So It's hard right now to think of mechanics connected to like aiming from afar or even middle distance if my shooting of the projectile is so off. Let me quickly inspect if I see some error up front. And I do kind of see the error up front. If I understand it correctly. First of all, yeah, location, ammo, why, what? Class defaults, let me turn on the... Where is this ammo? It is in the middle. I should use the muzzle instead of ammo bone. Yeah, so maybe that's the first thing to look at. Maybe that's the first to look at. Let's shoot from muzzle, not from ammo bone. Yeah, set, of course. Without my homies in here, I feel like my imagination kinda is dying out, and I'm kinda running on empty fuel right now. And I think I understand what I need to do here. Instead of using just camera rotation and that's it, and that's what you do in first-person shooters, I already implemented it so many times, so really it is just a bug. And let me explain to you why current setup doesn't allow for perfect aiming, which might explain why does my arrow aiming, charge arrow aiming, didn't felt as good as it should, I thought. But basically what happens is, no, thank you. I have my camera here, right? This is my camera. And this is my bow. This is my muzzle from which the projectile is being shot. Right now what happens is, hey, I'm spawning a projectile in here. I'm having its location here, but its rotation is the same as camera rotation. So it sorta kinda shoots the way you look, but without actually using any center of the camera. What I should do instead, and I should have caught it previously because I already did it so many times in my life, is I should use the center of the camera to first set a hit scan towards where I'm actually aiming. And this is my location of what I hit. My pre-hit mark, that would say. This is what I would love to hit, aiming with my camera. Then I should rotate my projectile. Instead of just using camera rotation, I should calculate look at rotation from here towards my pre-hit mark. That's where my projectile should be oriented towards. And that way I'm making sure that without fall off, let's say, without gravity, my projectile would just hit this spot. It might lose some of its power on the way and fall off, but that's okay. That's how I can learn the trajectory of shooting, right? 100%, people don't realize. But, or there might be, you know, like some obstacle along the way. But the most important thing is that me with the camera, I decided which thing to hit, and I should orient towards that. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do right now in a quick split second. So what we're doing right now is moving this further away. What I did with debug aim trace actually should be just aim trace. It should be just aim trace. And I could just add variable b debug show trace just to be correct and hook it up here. And this function should return my hit results. I mean, first maybe the boolean be confirmed hit. Maybe no, just break results. Yeah, I don't need that. Just hit result. Yep, and that's what I should give out as a return. Okay, let me quickly get back here. Let me use my aim trace. Bang it here. Should it be a pure function? No, it can be a blue function, a regular function. So after I used my aim trace, and I should delete it here, I should calculate the look at rotation between location of the camera and the thing that I hit, right? Or should I say not location of the camera, location of the muzzle with the small offset. So I have this. Let me break hit results. Let me break. Let me get the location. Or actually, look at rotation. My start is here. My end is at this location, and this is my new rotation. That should make projectile shoot at where I'm aiming, actually. To confirm that, let me turn on this. Now things are broken. And they are broken because I don't do this. Yep, I fucked up. Way fucking better. Now it is actually shooting where I'm aiming. The fall off is getting in my way, so it's not exactly what I aimed at. Now I can actually aim maybe even without the crosshair. So, because I'm near finish of the stream, because I really have my energy depleted. I only was able to pull that shit out my ass because I already, as a gameplay programmer, implemented such aiming so many times in my life, so that ain't nothing new. On what distance my fall-off doesn't occur, really? That distance. And if I'm going further a little bit, the fall-off will occur. Okay. So let me formulate a game plan for the next stream. Quickly. So I get something to look at when I will be starting the next stream. So. The game plan for the next stream right now, because I'm so running low on fuel. Oh my god, I cannot even describe this shit. Yeah. Game plan for next stream. Bam 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 bam. For next stream. Readjust or rebalance projectile velocity. Why? Because right now the fall off is getting in my way sooner than I wanted it to. By fall off I mean, hey, I am here and with the camera I'm aiming at this point. I shoot my arrow and ideally it will shoot here. Right now it's shooting here but then falling off a little bit. I want the distance at which the fall off actually starts to take effect be a little bit extended compared to what it is right now. And I learned from my mistake right now. In order to correctly balance it, you need a crosshair and some trace. That's what I messed up at the beginning, and that's just what I learned right now as a hobbyist game designer, right? That was the way that I should have done it. And in order to make it even more scientific, I should create this simple material for showing distances. Create material with 1 meter distance grid. So it will always show me 1 meter distance grid, and then that's when I will be able to calculate my from how far I am shooting. So I will be able to see, hey, maybe might not need it at this moment. That's a question mark if I'm needing. Maybe just add distance debug. Debug to shoot. That's for damn sure. That's for 100%. So I kind of will be stepping back a little bit. I will be, first of all, thinking of a distance at which when I will be shooting at the stationary target, I will feel like, okay, my charge shot at the max velocity from here should hit its mark without fall off occurring, right? Without gravity and air resistance affecting my arrow. I need to find the distance. Find no gravity resistance, max charge power distance. With that out of the way, I will be able to properly think of, hey, right now shooting from very far, there is this fall off curve, but it doesn't feel very nice. What kind of additional mechanic I could do? Because right now, with this error that I had with aiming with crosshair, it was a fool's errand. I could come up with all the mechanics. I could implement aim assists and all this shit. It wouldn't work because I had the error in basic projectile shooting. And my velocity balance was completely off, which I just learned right now. And I should have approached it in a different way. That's what being real with y'all really means. Here, I didn't. Even though I implemented this kind of aiming so many times in my career for the last 10 years. 9.5 to be exact. I still made this stupid error of, hey, have I checked if my projectile actually is hitting where I'm aiming? It isn't. So now it is. It is trying to go where I aimed at. And the gravity and air resistance kicks way sooner than I wanted it to. So I will be playing with that on next stream. I will rebalance my projectile velocity. I will find the distance at which I want my perfect shot to occur with full charge power. And then I will be able to properly gauge and think of how to make shooting at stationary target fun. Maybe come up with some additional mechanic or anything like this. Yep, that's the game plan here. But right now, this stuff is fixed. And the fall off isn't too bad. Okay. So I will be ending right now. Not myself, but the stream. So, have a good night or good day or whatever you have right now in your time zone. It's been fun, it's been real, as you could see. Lots of mistakes and lots of learning, and that's what it's all about. So right now, if you will be making projectile shooting, you will learn from my error. Funny fact is that I implemented it so many times before and I forgot about this. So, I hope you learned from my mistakes. Part 5 will be next week, somewhere around between 5:15, 5:45. Undecided yet. I will for sure 100%, people don't realize, update my schedule on YouTube and Twitch with the information for next week. And I hope we'll be able to get some cool gameplay mechanic for shooting at stationary target. Something that feels fine. And maybe we'll move to moving targets. And see if it's fun to shoot at them. I hope we will get to that. So, without further ado, it's been real fun and have a good one. Bye bye guys.